Hi there. So, grab your coffee, grab your tea. This might take a minute. Well, you probably already know that if you've clicked on here. Anyway, yesterday I recorded the angel messages for this week, and I can't shake the divine feminine energy that I was feeling when these cards came out. The memories of Atlantis and then the Earth Star activation, especially with the Earth Star activation. And I don't know if I said it in that video, but I was thinking it because I was feeling it. I was thinking of saying it. Again, I don't know if I did or not. But this is such powerful, feminine, divine feminine energy that's reawakening. And it's Isis energy down here in the description of this. And I was just reading on this card out of the book. And I will start there, before I start the reading. But I think it's important that we recognize where we are collectively divine feminines, and as always, it's also the feminine energy within the masculine or male versions of ourselves. It's interesting. But because of yesterday, I sat there going, okay, this has been coming in for a while now, right? I also received some Palladian energy. I believe it may have been from this card with the pinks and blue, the blues, because Palladians come through for me in either pink or either blue. So I don't care what it says out there about Palladians. They're typically depicted as blue, very pale blue beings. But the first time one came through me in light language was it was very pink in color, very soft. It was such a very, very pale pink. So I'm going to be jumping around. So a few weeks ago, started having the dragon energy come in. I purchased this Kiwi Jasper dragon. It is sitting on my table here. My other table, I just purchased over the weekend a Euparite dragon head. And in case she doesn't want to be forgotten, and then I'm saying she because that's how they're all coming in right now. I do have an Star Being Arcturian skull over there, but it's over there. It's not asking to be on my table right now. So this energy of this grounded yet connected feminine energy has been coming in for me. I've also been having glimpses of Mary Magdalene. I've also been having glimpses of Lilith. And I want to mention further what I said yesterday about the Palladians, because I couldn't recall. It was just so strong, and I, for whatever reason, I just couldn't recall. Well, the peak of the Palladian Stargate is now. It's been open for maybe a day or two, but the peak is the 19th through the 21st of May every year. What does that mean? The Seven Sisters, the galaxy, the constellation, the Orion Belt, the feminine healing energy, the remembrance of our magic and our power. That brings me into Lilith as well. How, the stories, she's saying the stories are just so misconstrued. I wasn't banished from the Garden of Eden. I chose not to follow the rules and therefore left. but she is returning because she always knew herself as a whole entity. She is not made from Adam's rib. She does not cower. She does not succumb. She is not submissive. There's something here about this energy coming in now. And I've only been up for maybe 2-3 hours, and I have had a range of emotions come through me, wash through me, out of me, whatever they're doing. But the one that really piqued my interest was the holy rage. It's something that's very new for me. So definitely feels like an empowerment. My ostomy is going to start making noise. I can feel it already. So she's agreeing with this conversation here. So I do apologize if you've got headphones on. Can't help it. And I'm going to say it every video. But I wanted to read the Earth Star activation here because there's a few key points that stood out for me. So as I explained yesterday, the Earth Star chakra is below our feet. It is 6 to 12 inches below our feet. And it is the energetic portal that connects us directly with the soul wisdom of Mother Earth. It is our gateway to the underworld. Again, the underworld. Think of Persephone. She goes into Hades, into the underworld, to discover herself. She's corrected me now. She's over here. So it is not to. It's to remember who she is. Boy, I've got my spine. They want me to pull my spine back, erect my spine, pull my shoulders back. I'm doing my best. I am experiencing some, because of what's moving through me. It's my vessel is heavy today. But so keep that in mind. The underworld. Where has the divine feminine been? Look at the centuries where we were persecuted. We were told to be quiet. We were told. I had an ex. Well, before he was my husband. Think of that. I married him anyway, right? I know the reasons why now, but at that time I was like, nobody's going to treat me like that. But I allowed it. He used to say to me, so we worked at a bar. He was a bouncer, I was a bartender, and one night he was working, but I was not. And he says, you just sit right there in the corner and try to be pretty. I know, right? All of that stuff, wow, I'm just, so that holy rage that's coming up in me is every time I didn't say no, every time I didn't speak my mind, or express my true feelings, where I allowed another to control me, to verbally or physically or mentally or sexually beat me into submission. All of those times throughout my history, in this incarnation and others, is coming up to show itself to me today, to be acknowledged, so I can stand and say, no more. It is so powerful. This is so new for me. So I'm going to get through this reading as well as I can with my guidance all around me. Thank you. Let's continue on. So it is our gateway to the underworld of the earth, a space of sacred magic and mystery, where we find a lot of the tools, gifts, and skills the ancients used to connect with the earth and her wisdom. The ancient goddess Isis appears on this card as our spiritual guide. She is the high priestess of the stars who knows the importance of connecting with the underworld to stay grounded, aware, and manifest all that we need to grow. That's why right now it is so important that we are grounding ourselves, protecting our energy, just staying anchored. That was a big message in yesterday's angel messages video. So if you haven't watched that, go take a gander if you're feeling called to. It says, follow in her footsteps by connecting to the Earth Star. And you can also call in Archangel Sandalphon to assist with that. He is the one that will bring down your Earth Star chakra. I would ask for the fifth dimensional Earth Star chakra to be placed beneath your feet, please, and thank you. And it will be done. Let's see. Anchor down and go digging within to find any parts of your magic, wisdom, and experiences you have pushed down, both in this incarnation and in previous lifetimes. These tools could be helpful on the next phase of your journey. Your message is, when you draw this card, know your Earth Star has been activated, and the wisdom you once ignored is finally being acknowledged. It's time to shine. Divine Feminine. I can't see. The rejected parts of yourself have now been rediscovered. There is an opportunity for you to rediscover magic too, but stay firmly rooted in all of your endeavors. Let the earth hold and sustain you. Don't rush ahead. In fact, if you've been wondering if it's time to move forward, know that it isn't. Stay put for the time being. Important information is about to be revealed. I also received that message this morning in my own reading from my guides, from Mom actually. Thank you. There was, I've had a question. What do I do about this? What's my next step? And I received there's more information coming message this morning. So there isn't anything for me to do other than to allow myself to receive that information. And I feel that that's what this is saying as well, if this is resonating. This is a time of integration and rest rather than pushing forward. Great wisdom lies within you. Dive deep and find it, and trust in yourself. You have more strength than you realize. That's interesting. I did a reading. I had a lady here doing a reading yesterday, and that was the message that her loved ones were bringing through in the cards and in the messages. Yeah, I had so many cards with the strength and courage on them, and we have more strength. We have all the strength that we need. We just don't know it yet. So, or else we're just, we could be tired and just not realizing and being able to tap into that right now. I've got to go clear my eyes. Hold, please. All right. So let's keep moving on here. I'm not sure is it the deck? All right. Well, I want to get more out with this deck calling me over here. The Priestess of Light Oracle. So let's see if the Divine Feminine has any further messages for us here. She is rising. She is coming back to take her rightful place on the throne. Take that however that resonates for you, whatever that means for you. Taking back her power in situations. I'm hearing no is a full sentence. I'm doing Divine Feminine. I want to just make a note of where I am today. I am here. I did want to say thank you for whoever just reminded me of that, Spirit. When I was meditating on this card, I was really picking up on some divine feminines, through the clearing process, uh, there's a group of us, I'm hearing, there's a big group of us, excuse me, who have been experiencing or are beginning to experience pelvic floor um, issues, whether that's weakness, whether it's pain in the lower back, pain in the pelvic area. There's something about an imbalance that's being corrected during this rise of the feminine, because oh, that's interesting. So they're showing me this image of a divine feminine rising up out of the core of the earth. And as she goes through all the layers of the earth, I mean, I can't remember from earth science in 7th grade, but, you know, we got the magma, we got the whatever, whatever, you know, there's a definitely, you know, really depicting the underworld to me right now, the purification with fire and the cleansing of water. Uh, there's there's something there. We'll see if that anything more comes through with that. But yeah, I'm just seeing her rise up through all the layers of the earth, and as she does, as she emerges, it's like the physical vessel now it definitely has to recalibrate. I feel that that's why you know, the energies have been really amped up lately, geomagnetic storms, um, and the messages coming through for me. Um, Again, they're asking me to repeat. It's so imperative that we keep ourselves grounded. And you may be finding, you saying to yourself, well, I'm grounding every day. I'm wearing my grounding crystals. I'm doing visualization. And I still feel like I'm hitting the wall when I get up. Or, you know, I feel like there's, you know, the pain or my hips are off or something like that. There's number one, upgrade your practice. You know, ask that the crystals that you're working with are upgraded right along with you. The guides are upgraded a lot right along with you. Um, Ask to be shown. Maybe there's a platonic solid. I don't know much about them. Did that come out right? The sacred geometry. Maybe there's something that you need to be working with that's going to ground you more. That makes sense to me why the 3 new crystals that I have, the 2 dragon heads and the star bean, the crystals that they're made out of are very grounding crystals. You know, yes, kiwi jasper is a heart chakra crystal, but it's also a very grounding energy. It connects me with the earth, and the dragons, actually, my star being as well, have been really showing that they're here to assist with the expression of truth uh, and the reception of the receiving of true down, you know, the truth of the downloads that I'm receiving. So it's like things are like coming in a little more clearly. Well, a little more, a lot more. So, just a very, look at that. There is Mary Magdalene on the bottom of the deck, holding the skull. Very interesting. Anyway, I'm not done shuffling. I know, a long conversation. I just saw 1919, so definitely closing out some cycles. The cycle of being repressed, the cycle of not being seen and heard. I mean, you think, you know, I know the Divine Feminine has risen a few years ago, but she kind of went back into the underworld for a few years as the Divine Masculine energy went through its cycle, and now I'm going to tell you, the first time I felt the Divine Feminine rise in me quite a few years ago, it was nothing like what I'm feeling now. it's nothing like what I'm feeling now. It is so powerful. And I'm, seeing and feeling that within myself. Like I said, it's new. Achievement, effort plus intention. Look at this bison behind her, or walking with her. It changed my wording. Very stabilizing energy, very grounded energy. But look at her. She's not rigid. She's soft. I'm hearing she's at the end of her initiation. When we walk pure-footed, with pure intentions, when we are moving from the soul, as the soul that we are, we can achieve. So there was something in my own reading, I feel, is collective, coming through collectively now. There is a dreams. You may have said, I can't to, or just kind of like gave up on. There's something about that coming in. What else came out? Healing earth. Look at that. A lot of earth energy. The power to give and receive healing. Yeah, so with the Pleiades and with this Earth Star chakra activation, it's about, what did it say about remembering, when you're in the underworld, we receive all the gifts and the tools and the remembrance of all the tools, the ancient tools of all those that came before us. And we are re-emerging with all of that in us. It's always been there, but we remember it now. It's being letting yourself shine as the healer that you are. Some of you actually literally being placed in areas around the globe where your energy is meant for earth healing, maybe working with ley lines, or the grid of some sort. But even if you don't feel like that's your sole purpose here, there is nothing that says that you cannot put your hands on the tree or hands on the grass. That's another way to ground, right? Touching grass. That you can send healing energy to the earth. She is ascending just right along with us. Think of how your body's been responding to all this. She's got a body that's being affected as well. Look at the earthquakes. Look at the geomagnetic storms, the CMEs, the solar flares, the volcanic eruptions, the plates are shifting. But she's carrying a lot. Think of what Earth carries. What are we, like 8 billion plus people? A lot of us with carrying a lot of baggage from other lifetimes. That's got to get heavy, right? You know what it feels like when it's just, you're dealing with your own stuff, doing your own shadow work. You know what that feels like. Think about how Gaia feels, right? I am unsure about this deck, but we're going with it. We're going with it. It's the Legends Tarot. I don't know. I know that's loud, so sorry. Alright. Ooh. Something just stabbed me in the throat. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of expression. And yes, the holy rage, the holy anger is boiling up. But divine feminine, that there's the old way and the true way. The old way would be rage. Holy rage to me feels empowered. Distorted rage feels fragmented. It feels wounded. It feels triggering. So you may find yourself start in that rage space of feeling like you're being triggered here by everything that's coming up. I feel like once it settles, I am picking up something about the kidneys. I don't have kidney issues, but my back, especially on my right side, which is the divine masculine side, very interesting. It's hot. It's doing this. It's pulsating, and it's very hot. Divine feminine. Where are we here? What do we need to know? Ten of Cups. I'm coming back to claim what is rightfully mine. Got one that flipped. Oh, that two hit. That was two. So we have the Ten of Cups and the Five of Wands. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm not playing old games anymore. It is my birthright to experience all the joy, all the happiness, all the love, all the fruitfulness, all the abundance that I came here to experience. No one's going to shut me down again. There are going to be people that are going to try to stop us. There are going to be energies. Spirit wanted me to change the word people with energies, because there are incidences. Is that the right word? There are, okay, incidents, whatever, where it is so easy to say, well, Billy Joe Bob is trying to block me from this or that, my joy. But it's the energy that's coming through that vessel. 9 times out of 10, it's not the person. Universe is just, spirit is just using them as a vessel to, maybe this energy, this negative energy, this other lower energy is meant to be felt and seen. That's for somebody specific, for, I think, because yep, I just started twitching. Oh my gosh. And we've got the Page of Pentacles. And the Four of Cups. Yeah. I love this because it feels like opportunities that were once missed are going to be showing themselves again. My cup rattles on this. I got a new charging plate with the Flower of Life. Isn't that beautiful? Can you see that? Ooh, that's a good shot. And it might be a little warped because my cup is wobbling on it. Anyway. Yeah, opportunities that were once missed become fruitful again. There's been seeds. Yes, boy, my eye is going bonkers over here. I feel like I want to say that the divine feminine is coming back to retrieve the seeds and water the seeds that they've planted in other times. and had to leave for whatever reason, you know, whether they were persecuted or just beaten down by a situation or, you know, whatever it was. Five of Swords and the Fool. Yep, I'm hearing a song. Oh my God, who sings that song? Is it Peter, Paul, and Mary? Oh my gosh, is that bringing me back or what? Leaving on a jet plane, don't know when I'll be back again. Some of you are, man, you're walking out into a new, I just I'm walking out and I'm not letting the door hit me in the ass this time. I'm feeling a feistiness here with that Five of Swords. So we've got the Five of Wands and the Five of Swords. Definitely changing attitudes, definitely changing yeah, I'm noticing that. So Spirit's really pointing out here, they said, do you see how you have such a great card here with the Fool, accompanied by the Five of Swords, which is, you know, nobody wins. People try to hold each other back. There's always bickering, there's always fighting, and you're like, nope, I'm going, you know, just going where you're being led. And then, you know, here we've got the Ten of Cups with Five of Wands. You know, a beautiful energy with something that wants to try to hold that back, to stifle it. And it's not being allowed. You know, even the Four of Cups could be talking to me about the opportunities that were left behind for one reason or another while you didn't look at it, or you had to choose to walk away from it for your own sanity. But there's more opportunities. You get to go back and, well, maybe not go back, but just because you're re-emerging in a different light. You know, I really am not enjoying this deck for this reading, but I like the beginning of this video, so I need to keep it. So yeah, so the light and the dark, it goes with us wherever we go. How we rise above it as the divine feminine. Where was that card? Nope, it's not there. It was in that deck though. When I showed you Mary Magdalene, I wasn't done finishing shuffling. It was duality, and I'm getting that here. I'm getting the light and the dark, but divine feminine rising above into the light more and more and more. What is she coming back to do other than take her power back? Here's the Lovers. For some of you, it's regaining, finally being with. Boy, I love that dragon. It looks like the one I've got over there almost. Yeah. Yeah, and I've been seeing pictures of Mary Magdalene and the dragon. The Lover's choice. What else you hear coming back for Five of Pentacles? A third five. All the repression, all the suppression, however you say that word, suppression. Doesn't really roll off my tongue very well. Yeah. It's like, it's still going to, I'm telling you, it's like all the lower energies, they're not going to give up trying to put the divine feminine's light out, to pull her energy down. But she's so much stronger. We're so much stronger now. I just keep hearing no is a full sentence. Divine Feminine, what do you need us to know? What else do you need us to know? The Magician, Two of Cups, and the Page of Wands. I had to figure out which one this is. I think I look at the Empress on the bottom of the deck. I'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, the Knave is, I thought it was the Page. The Empress, Queen of Pentacles. Look at that. Yeah. Rising, knowing our worth, knowing our value. What do we have here? I forgot. Magician, Two of Cups, Page of Wands. I feel like many of you have something to say to somebody else, and you're feeling powerful enough to do that now. Maybe you've needed to make a decision. Maybe something was holding you back, or you felt like an aspect of this connection was holding you back. Could be twin flame, could be not, doesn't matter. I feel like this Two of Cups is also talking to me about the communion between you and the earth, you and the sky, you know, the divine energies. But I do feel for many of you, you will be going from a singular entity into two. There's communication that wants to come through here. What is this news? What is this communication, please? Three of Swords. I love how that fell. I know you can't see it. Let me see if I can pick it up the way it landed. Don't know. So here, okay. This Three of Swords came and crossed it like this. Let's see why that's there. The last Five of Cups. We have all fives here. So this is a big shift in the feminine energy. Clearing out past hurts, past pain, past... Oh, I just lost that card. He can stay there. Yeah. Done. Justice, Ten of Swords. Look at that. Look at that. Ten of Swords. I know these cards look like they're pentacles on there, but it says Ten of Swords at the top. That's why I don't often use this deck. But the dragons, apparently, and the divine feminine energy for sure wants to come through here with it. So, yeah. Divine feminine, twin flames. I'd be talking to you. That there is a resurgence of the counterpart energy, the union energy. And there may be or may have been, well, with this holy rage, it might be coming up with you. That might be bringing up a lot of memories of all the pain, all of it, to be looked at, to be felt, to be released. It may just be that it just needs to come up and out, okay? We are being freed. Oh my gosh. I'm hearing we are being vindicated. I'm trying to think of what that word means. My phone's way over there. I don't feel like getting up again. My body is really heavy because there's a lot that's being processed. So, not really doing my best sitting up straight here like she wants me to. But vindication, being vindicated. I'm just gonna go with it because like I said, I don't know the definition of that word, but it's a word that Spirit wants to use. Standing firmly in your power as the great sorceress, the magician, creating the life for yourself that you know you are worthy of. This here is a counterpart connection coming in. Talk to me more about the Two of Cups, please. If this is a counterpart, twin flame, tell me about the divine masculine. Even though I just did a reading not too long ago on him. What did he say? Oh, finding the footing. Yeah, they were going through a lot. Trying to forgive themselves. That was a couple weeks ago, though, or last week. Full moon in Scorpio energy. Talk to me about the Two of Cups here. Ah, look at that. Sun. And the Eight of Wands. Incoming conversation. Incoming conversation. They've got a lot to share. They've some of them, I want to say that they, come on, get up here. I want to say that they've seen the light. They are evolving, awakened. They're more clear about more of this path and more of the connection with the divine feminine every day, and they want to share it. Some of you out there could be feeling their energy very strongly, very intensely. And for some, that could be pissing you off. Maybe that was the trigger that's helped you get into this holy rage energy of, tired of settling. That's what I'm hearing. Tired of settling for the way it's been. I'm choosing better for myself. She's always, the divine feminine has always chosen herself. Lilith chose herself over this suppression and this rejection. She chose herself no matter what. Divine feminine, you are as well. Being vindicated. My gosh, I don't know what that means. Well, let's see what this says. Nine of Wands. Knight of Pentacles. Big chunks want to come out. So what's Nine of Wands, Knight of Pentacles? She's been on a journey that's taken a really long time. A lot of karmic clearing, a lot of karmic programming. Ooh, my ear just shifted pitch. Cleared, released, transmuted. And she is. She's rising more solid than before. Four of Swords. There's been a great deal of healing. So what's next for the Divine Feminine here? Vindication. Vindication, huh? Nine of Swords. Interesting. What's next is distress. That's very interesting. Why is that here? Where did this come from? Okay, these go. Seven of Swords, Six of Cups. Oh. Now it's time to face the truth. Seven of Cups. Now it's time to face the truth about something from the past. Six of Cups could be the twin flame, but something of the past. You know what this really feels like? It feels like getting the opportunity now. We may have done it before, but right now, just really getting the opportunity to see a situation from the catbird seat, looking down at it very neutrally. This is you, this is the other person, whoever it is. Could be multiple situations that are coming up for you. Something from the past, though, doesn't have to be twin flame. It's just something from the past. It's showing itself again where in that situation, in that moment, you may have felt you had only one way to go, and now you're seeing, now you have other options. Number one, and you did before, but because you can't really go back and change that, but we can shift it moving forward. Excuse me. That's one thing coming through, but another thing I've got is anywhere, anything that was not true. And if it's something, maybe you believed something about, maybe this is clearing a false twin flame. Maybe this is, or just realizing that, the person that you thought was your twin flame might be a false twin flame. Sorry, I probably just triggered some people out there. This is just saying to me, there may be a moment of mental stress and emotional stress. Just a moment, because of the letting those truths settle and finding where you're at within that energy now as the new emerged Divine Feminine. Because like I said in the beginning, some of that old energy may try to come back. Those old patterns may even try to come back, but you're a lot stronger this time, where they can't take hold like they may have been able to just a few years ago, right? Final messages from the Divine Feminine. Let's go with that for right now. I want some messages from her to whoever this Two of Cups is. But first, let's final messages. Ace of Cups. Nope. What did she say in the beginning? I'm returning to take back, to claim what's rightfully mine. The Ace of Cups, the Holy Grail. I can put that toward the Two of Cups, you know, in reference to the Two of Cups as well. But is there anything else you want to share about this Two of Cups energy, Divine Feminine? King of Cups. Ooh, look at the geomagnetic, look at the auroras that we just had. Look at the Divine Feminine just rising up, howling. I'm being corrected. This is the King of Cups. This is the King of Cups. This is the Divine Masculine calling the Divine Masculine who is doing the work, who is doing the healing, who has gone into the underworld. They're rising up. They've risen up already, but they're now they're calling in the Divine Feminine. They're not afraid to express how they feel. They are not afraid to let their freak flag fly. I love that. Love the auroras there. We've had quite a few of them around Lake Ontario this past weekend. This Two of Cups it's the Divine Masculine is calling it in. They're ready to express. Divine Feminine is ready to express. Maybe some of what was going to be expressed. We do have the Eight of Wands, so we know communication is coming in. We've got the Sun, it's happiness, it's joy. But some of this communication could be, look, this fucking hurt. This is how I felt. It's not about pointing fingers. It's just about, this is just where I was in that moment. This is what I've been processing regarding our last communication or how things have been. It's not brushing this Three of Swords under the carpet anymore. It's taking it out, dusting it off, shining it up, and then nurturing it. Ooh, that's beautiful. There's a Queen of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Look at that gorgeous, gorgeous Divine Feminine. Pure white, purified, renewed, reborn. Knows who she is. She doesn't have to be flashy. But it's funny, she doesn't have to be flashy, and she isn't flashy, but how other people see her is flashy. That's interesting. Got the Six of Swords, Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, moving forward together. Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, to do the work together, to take all the seeds that were planted, dusting them off as well, choosing the ones that are producing the most fruit, and moving forward and putting the energy and the time and the effort into that. I'm also hearing putting the time and the effort into each other, oneself, the Divine Feminine, focused on self, Divine Masculine, focused on self, not in a vain way, not in a selfish way, but in a very a purified, empowered way. Successful. Patience has paid off on both parts. You know, if you think the divine feminine is the only one that needed to be patient through all of this process, you are incorrect, because the divine masculine has had to be as well. Final message from Animal Elders wants to bring something through. Final message. Oh my gosh, almost an hour. If you're still here, thank you. Thank you. Final message of guidance, of insight, whatever you need for the divine feminine to hear right now, Spirit. It's been a long time since we've seen this energy coming back to reclaim what's rightfully hers, her birthright. Vindication. I'm going to have to look that up before I put that as a title. Oh my God. Sorry. Look at the wolf. Oh. I love it. Protect your energy. This one says, yes, because the more you shine, the more you emerge divine feminine. You know there's going to be those sketchy energies that are going to want to put you out. Keep howling, baby. Keep howling. Because miracles are coming in, man. Ladybug, open to miracles. I love that. So, and look, it is a 44 number. So we are all divinely protected. Call upon your totem animals, whatever they are, whoever they are. Call upon your dragons. Call upon the deepest recesses of your soul. I love that so much. Thank you for letting me howl. I'm going to leave it there. Yeah, I hope this resonates with someone, with anyone. Divine feminine, man. And this is the powerful time, you know, with the being in the Pleiades cycle, the gateway, you know, all about healing, all about the yin energy, feminine energy. So rise up, rise up, rise up. Alrighty. I love you so much. We will talk to you next time. Have a great day.